Welcome to my first vegetable garden. Today's November 23rd. The gardening season is winding down for a lot of us, which essentially means we're not going to be able to really plant till next spring. And I know people watch the videos from all over the world, so if you're gardening now, you can actually start this, but come your winter, or come your fall, you can start saving up your banana peels and your eggshells and make a fertilizer. And I'm going to talk to you about how I do that and why they're beneficial for your garden. Eggshells, well, first of all, eggshells are mostly calcium. They're like 98% calcium carbonate, so it's going to add calcium to your soil. Calcium is one of the 6 macronutrients that plants really need to thrive. In banana peels, you're going to find potassium, phosphorus, some other things which I'll talk about. So you're going to be adding in fertilizers, elements that your plants really need. You're going to be adding in some of the top 6 main fertilizers your plants need. And why not make them yourself? Like I said, come winter, you can start saving your eggshells, you can start saving your banana peels or get banana peels from your neighbors, however you want to do it. But you can, by the time spring comes along, really have a nice organic fertilizer that you make. So eggshells, this is what I do, is I keep this container right by my stove, and I just throw the eggshells in there when I use them, and then I crush them down. I actually use these for both making fertilizer and for deterring snails and slugs out of my garden, but that's a subject of another video. So eggshells are going to give you calcium carbonate, which when it breaks down in your soil, this is all going to be a slow release fertilizer. So when you use this, you're going to use it in the beginning of the season in spring, and as it breaks down over time, it's going to give back to your garden plants. So the calcium is really needed for several reasons. One of the main reasons is if you ever grew a tomato and you saw the bottom turn brown, this also happens on peppers and other vegetables, but it's more predominant with tomatoes, and you see the bottom of your tomato turn brown, that's called blossom end rot. And that can be from a deficiency of calcium, or it can be a problem that your plant can't pull calcium out of the soil. Either way, adding calcium into your planting hole come spring is a great idea and a great way to keep your tomatoes and other plants from developing blossom end rot. This also has 27 other microelements. So these are elements that your plant need to grow and function, but they're not as essential as the 6 macronutrients. So those are the eggshells. Now banana peel is 42% potassium. It's also 3 to 25% phosphorus. It doesn't have any nitrogen, but it also has magnesium, sulfur, calcium, and then some microelements, manganese and sodium. So these products will give you calcium, which is a macronutrient, magnesium, which is a macronutrient, sulfur, which is a macronutrient, potassium, phosphorus. So it's giving you 5 of the 6 main macronutrients. You don't get any nitrogen out of this, but that's okay. So how do I do it? It's pretty simple. These are banana peels. This is actually 5 banana peels from last week. Stick them in an oven, let them dry, not more than say 200 degrees. You don't want these to burn or to cook, you just want them to dry out. And the drying process will take anywhere from, 2 hours to 5 hours, depending on where you're at. Once they're dry, they're real brittle, and you break them all up, just like this. You need to use a coffee grinder to pulverize these down. And the reason you want to pulverize it is because you create more surface area. What is surface area? Well, if this got dropped into your planting hole, the surface area is here, here, and the edges. This has to be broken down by microbes and different things in your soil so that the potassium and the other elements become broken down into a form that's called readily available phosphorus or potassium. So basically they have to go through a chemical change or a biological change so your plant can use it. The more surface area you have, the quicker this process happens. So when I break this, surface area increases because you're exposing an edge. And when I break it again, more surface area. So you're going to break these down, and when you pulverize it, you're exposing millions of edges in the particles. So the surface area really increases 1,000,000 times, if not more. And that will break down much quicker in your garden. The microbes will do their thing. And you have to be careful. I just cut myself. This is kind of sharp. The microbes will do their thing. This one's not quite dry enough, so I'll put that to the side. The microbes will do their thing. It'll break down the banana peel and create a form of fertilizers that your plants can use. And then same with the eggshells. I just break them down to about this size. So put them into your grinder. You can mix both of them together, but I'm going to do each one separately so you can see it. So there's your banana peels. Don't overpack it. Grind it up. When that's ground down, add some more. Let me give this about a minute. Pulse it through, and you really want to pulverize it. And by doing this, again, you're opening up the surface area by 1,000,000 times, and that's what you end up with. So it makes sense. Now you have all this surface area, and this will break down much more quickly in your planting hole. Eggshells, same process. Grind it down. Now you have all this surface area of calcium. I'm going to finish this up, so I'm going to show you how much you end up with. A little bit more. There we go. So this is about 5 banana peels. I don't know how many eggshells are in there, but the ratio is about the same. So what I do is I just try and keep it about equal. You know, fill this up and then put the same amount of eggshells in here and pour it in there. And when you're done, your fertilizer that will have potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, sulfur, calcium, manganese, sodium, and 27 micronutrients will look just like this. When you go to plant, you're putting in 1-2 tablespoons per planting hole. You mix it in really well. This is a slow release, really organic fertilizer. It'll start doing its thing with the life in your soil. It'll start to break down, and it'll start to become available to your plant over the growing season. Hope you enjoyed the video and have an idea for a fun project during the fall and winter. And come springtime, you'll have a whole lot of free organic fertilizer that really will help out your plants. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.